Rook G2, Knight E3, win the queen. Checkmate, checkmate. Knight C6, BC, Bishop C6, winning the exchange. Okay, Queen H2, Knight G4, Knight H6. Trade off the queen and up a piece. Check. Queen D8, Queen G7. That's not mate, but I can give perpetual maybe. Queen D7. Okay, this one is difficult. So Queen D8, King G7. I think I have to give a check first. And then maybe Queen D7 or Queen C7. Oh, actually Bishop H6 is mate. Okay. Yeah, my bad, my bad. This is mate. Okay, sack everything on G3 and mate. Queen H6, I guess. And take. Knight checkmate. Checkmate here. Actually, is it mate? Rook G2, King H3. King G1. Rook G5. That's not mate. But it may be a draw. Rook G2 and King F2. This is a draw. If Rook G5, I have Rook G1 and Rook G2. And here I just have Rook G3, Rook G2, and making a draw. H2 seems like winning. H1. Okay. Okay. Queen B5. Queen B5, King C7. Queen B7, King D8. That's not winning. Maybe Queen E6 is winning. Queen E6. King C7, Rook B7, King D8. Knight C6. Rook C6, Rook B8, that's mate, yeah. That's mate, nice, nice, nice. King C8. B6, mate in 1, okay. Rook G2. Rook G2, King H1, where's the mate? Rook G2, King H1, maybe Knight E5, maybe not. So, let's say, let's take, and maybe BC, seems good enough. And then maybe Rook D2, Rook D2, Rook D2, Knight B3. Not sure. Maybe just take the bishop. Yeah, that's better. Okay, mate. Rook H8, King D4, E5, or Rook F3. Let's go E5. Let's go Rook F3 and Rook E7. Queen C2. How do I win this? Rook C1. Yes, that's the move. Oh no, just Queen D1 is mate. Oh my god, that's bad. Okay, checkmate into check. Where is the mate here? Knight G6, King H5. That's not a mate. Rook G4, Rook G5. Yeah, just win the rook. Rook G2. No, that's not good. Maybe take and D7. Take, checkmate. So I have to speed up a little bit here, trying to be faster. Check and take the rook. B4. Get the piece. Maybe check. Knight G5. No, that's not. Maybe check somewhere. I'm not sure where. Maybe 92. I don't know. This one is calm. Oh, Knight G5 and then Rook B7 and Rook A8. Yeah, Knight C7, Knight A8, A4, Rook A4, Rook E1, Bishop E4, Rook H1, Rook G1, Rook G2. Okay, it was not fast enough. Okay, so 66 puzzles, and yeah, let's review my mistakes, see where I make wrong. So this one I just didn't have enough time to solve it. So Rook E1, King H2, Bishop E4, Queen C8, Rook H1, King f3, and now just bishop f5, I guess. Yeah, rook g1 was a wrong move. Just bishop f5. Rook h3 also. Rook h3 is better, yeah. And then king g4, bishop f5. That's right. Yeah, and black should win this endgame. Well, up, only one pawn, but should be enough to win here. So that's the only one that I got wrong. That's the last one. I didn't have enough time to solve it. Yeah, so very, very interesting puzzles. Let's try, let's try the hard puzzles. So I change the mode to hard. It's white to move. White need to play g3, I guess. Defend h2, and now f4, try to tap the queen and win the bishop. So queen b7 looks good. Queen b7, rook b7, queen f2, king h3, queen f1, king h2. That's only a draw. But yeah, otherwise black is losing here, so that's the best black to do. Actually, it may be winning then. King h3, queen f8, and white doesn't have rook b8 because of queen f1, queen f2. So yeah, maybe white is winning there. So what about this one? Rook b8, rook c8. So we don't want to allow that. Rook c8. So we have to deflect the queen first. Maybe bishop e2. Yeah, I like bishop e2. Deflect the queen and then checkmate on the last rank. Okay, so what about this one? We are up a knight, but white is attacking, so maybe try to play the queens, and that should be winning. What about this one? Rook c8 seems good, and knight f5, knight d6, queen g3, and win the queen. Okay. Okay, it's not allowed to. We cannot take en passant, but bishop b5 or rook b5. Probably rook b5 is better, and that should be winning because the pawn on g4 is very weak. So should I play e4 here? Yeah, I have to play e4 and then maybe give a check. Maybe give a check here. Okay, that's good. Queen e4. Actually, can I take the queen? Take bishop d3, c5, h4, c4, bishop back. The queen should get there. The king should get there in time. So maybe bishop e5 here and checkmate. What am I doing? Oh, it's checkmate here. Nice, very nice. Okay, so where is the mate now? 97, I guess. 97, knight f6, rook e8, and mate. Okay, where do I take? c6, maybe? So queen c6, knight c3. Then maybe rook d8. Looks really good. Okay, just take a knight. Rook d8, I guess. And then g4. Rook b1, queen b5. Rook b1, queen b5. Rook b1, king g2, queen b5, rook f4, queen f1, king g3. Rook d3, f3, queen e1. Yeah, that looks really good. Really good. Okay, this will win the queen. Where should we move the queen now? So let's go back, I guess. And then d5, stopping rook g4, but white may have rook h4. Well, rook h4, we have bishop f5. Okay, that's a strong one. So what's the problem there? Maybe f5, I have to play f5. Okay, that's a difficult one. So I guess just take the rook, and move the knight somewhere. G5, C5. Oh, actually I tried to win the queen. Yeah, this is much better. Okay, queen C2, king C2, knight E3, king C1, knight D5, A8. That's not working for me. But what about knight e3 and then queen g1 and win the rook? That's better. So black to move here. No, it's white to move here. Where am I playing? Rook f7, knight d3, king a3, knight e5. That's good for black. So maybe queen d6, queen d6, queen f6. Actually, queen e4 is much better, and then rook g7, rook f7, king h6. So check here, or maybe queen e4 first. Queen e4 first seems better, and check, and check, and mate. Okay, so I have at least perpetual here, queen c7, queen c1, but maybe I should play for more. So queen c7, king h1 or g1, queen c1, king h2. Do I have anything else? I don't think I do, so let's go for perpetual. Oh, oh, queen c7, he has g3. Okay, that's that. Knight f2, knight f2, king h2, knight e4, knight d6, but then rook b8. Oh, just rook b6 then. Rook b4, win the queen, and then win the rook. Bishop g4, d6, maybe dangerous. What should I do here? Bishop g4, d6, bishop b1, queen f6. That looks like mate. So maybe rook e8. Rook e8 still d6. It's pretty bad position. Terrible position for black here. Maybe knight c5, forcing white to trade the queens. Rook g7 seems like the only move. F7 and take the knight, take the rook, go back or go up here, and then queen h8. No, queen h8 is wrong. Maybe knight c2. No, that was so bad. Take, check, mate. Queen f8, king g1 is a win. Knight g6, rook h7, knight f8. Oh, knight f8 immediately. No, check. Okay, that's it. Too difficult. Only 22 puzzles. So let's review my mistakes. So queen e7 is a good one, rook f4, and then just f5. And then if rook h4, I guess black can play. Not sure. If rook h4, what should black play here? Rook f6. Rook, yeah, rook f6 is the move. Queen f7, king f8, and black's king is safe. Okay, I agree. That's a good one. Okay, this one I missed also. So what is the solution here? Queen a8 seems like, oh, e2. Yeah, black can just go for e2. e2, queen e2, queen c7, and should be a draw. Yeah, this is a draw. Okay, this one, rook g7, I got this one right. Knight f6, king f7, knight g4, knight a1, queen f4. I got king e6 right. So only the last move I got wrong. So knight c2 is the move here, and then I just came back to b4. Yeah, black is up and down. Okay, good one. So I got knight g6 here, king g7. Yeah, I make rook h7, which allow king g6 and black is up a piece. But actually, knight f8 is much better because black's queen cannot escape. And queen h3, knight e6, then gh, and white should be winning this endgame. Okay. Yeah, so I make 4 mistakes and only got 22 correct puzzles. Very difficult. Let's try again. Please, you guys can submit questions for me, ask me anything, and I'll be happy to answer you. So let's try again. Play again with the half puzzle. Okay, I am black now. Queen f3 should be good. Mate in 3. What is white spread here? Queen g6 or h6? Okay, that's serious. Maybe I should play queen b8. Queen b8, knight f6, king h8. Seems good for black. Okay, trade queens would win the game pretty easily. Rook a5, bishop c5, and black cannot prevent the mate. That is good. Nice. Okay, I can take with any piece and mate. All right, so knight e4 maybe, knight e4 and knight c2. Win the rook. d6 win the bishop. de, yeah, queen e2 and take with knight. Okay, so what about this one? Queen e4 h3, queen g6 looks really good. Putting the bishop on e4 and mate. Okay, how do I defend the rook now? Rook f2, only move, knight e3. Rook d5, queen d6, looks good. Knight f8, and I get back the rook. Knight c3, wins the exchange. Okay, how do I checkmate black here? Knight somewhere, e4 or f5. Knight f5, d2, knight g7. That's a nice one. Knight f5 and knight g7. And I promote first. Where do I go with my queen? Queen g7, rook h7 is just a repetition. Queen f4, e5, queen f3, bishop g4 is even worse. So let's go for the repetition rather than the loss. Okay. Rook d6, ed, rook d6, rook c1. That might be bad for black. Not rook c1, but queen e7. Rook d7, rook c1. So I have to defend against rook c1. So maybe queen e3, and then rook d7, and then there's some queen e4 ideas. So what about this one? I have to stop e1 check. So rook e3, and then king f3, king e2. So should win for white. Knight f7, rook f7, queen e6, queen e8. That's unclear. What about queen h5 on the first move? Or maybe, yeah, what about queen h5? h6, knight f7. Looks better? No, that's wrong. Okay, I should have taken on f7 first, maybe. Okay. Rook d8, rook d8, rook e8. Okay, let's go for rook c5. Just some deflection tactic. Rook c8 maybe, trapping the queen. Okay, so queen f2, rook e1 wins the exchange. Long castle, win the rook. Knight g3, trap the rook. Sounds good. Sounds good. Rook e2, queen e5, rook e1, king h2 is nonsense. So let's go for the piece. Queen somewhere, g7, h7, queen h7, queen g6. Seems really good. Bishop f6, get back the piece. Queen f6, double attack. Or maybe bishop f3 first, and then double attack. And then take the bishop. Take the knight. How do I take the knight? With bishop or with queen? Actually, both have pretty good. I mean, there's really no wrong answer here. So I'll take with the queen. Actually, take with the bishop, maybe there's queen b3 and rook ac1. So taking with the queen is more accurate. Okay, queen b5, rook d3, queen b2. Yeah, I have to check on b5. That's the only way. And then check on g5. No, check on c5. No, that was not that difficult. Okay, so the threat is rook a8. What do I do to stop it? King h7, and then queen g5, and back. Can I play h3? h3? No. Let's just make a draw here. Queen b3, queen b2. Yeah, this looks good. Rook a1, rook g1, rook c1, and then bishop c3. Wins for black. Okay, bishop e6, be. That's still unclear. But we have to take that rook anyway. And then maybe rook f8 or queen b2. Queen b2, queen g3, queen e5, maybe king g2. I'm not sure what we achieve by that. So, but rook f8, rook h2 doesn't look great. Maybe it's time to make a draw. Yeah, it's time to make a draw. All right, so bishop e4, rook c6, bishop a5 loses a piece. So rook c1 is only move here, and then bishop e4 should be enough to make a draw. Queen b5, king a1, rook c2, queen h6. That's too complicated. Okay, that's the wrong one. Very difficult. Rook e7, rook e7, rook e7, king e7, give white nothing. Maybe rook e6 wins the queen. Take with bishop, I guess. Okay. What about this one? Knight g5, rook g5, knight g5 is better. Rook f1, queen c4. What is this? What is this? I have no idea. Rook d8 is a big threat. Okay. Oh, rook d1. Let's go rook d1. Check. Oh, queen c3. Bishop c3. Check. Knight h2. No. Queen f1. No. Okay. That was, yeah, I didn't have enough time. So let's review my mistake. So this position, I got queen h5, but actually knight ex7 first is more accurate, and then queen e6, queen e8, and just rook c1, threatening rook c7 or something. Take, take, take. Okay, queen e7. Yeah, so white should win some material pretty soon. Okay, that's a good one. So this one, I got queen b5, king e3. Black is fighting for draw here. So just queen c5, trying to make a page draw. Yeah, white king cannot go to e4. Well, yeah, king e4 just queen e5 and then queen b5 back. So yeah, black will get the page draw. Okay, good one. So this I got a wrong idea. I guess okay, I make queen b5, but that's not a correct way. Yeah, rook f8 is the winning for black here. Then queen b5. Yeah. Okay, this one is not that hard, but I was just too focused on the queen side. This can happen. Okay, this last position I didn't have enough time, but I make the correct move. Bishop d3 and knight h2, knight g5. Then I guess that's queen g3, and then mate is coming. Yeah, mate is coming on h2. Okay, knight f1 is also correct. Knight f1 to h2 or knight f3. Every Nice move. It's good move. So mate there. Yeah. Okay. So very very difficult puzzles. So let me see if I have any questions yet. Okay. I'll try to solve some more puzzles in the meantime. So let's try again. 31 is my best score, but I feel like I could be more accurate and got a bit more points in there. So let's try this. EF king g7, EF king g7. No, I have to take on e6 first. Bishop e6. Yeah, okay. Bishop f4 and queen c4, queen e2. a3 maybe? Yeah, a3 is really strong. a3 is like a killer move here. Win the knight. So rook e1, not really, not really good. Maybe knight f6, maybe knight d2, knight f6, no, knight f6, knight e7. Oh, h5, yeah, just trapping the queen. Should I take the queen or should I take the rook? Actually, I don't see a difference here, but I'm gonna take the rook. So knight f6 and then gf. Okay, this must be a deflection of the queen and then knight c2 mate. So maybe queen a5, mate, rook e5, or rook e5 just get a pawn. It doesn't do anything. So what about knight d5? Knight d5 seems better than rook d1, and then if queen d1, then queen f7 check. So gf, knight f2. Let's try to get the piece. Maybe rook e2. Yeah, got the piece. Okay. Queen d5. Queen d5, rook f6. Queen d4. That should be good. Check, check. Take the rook. Check, check. Take the rook. And then king f6. Rook f4. Mate. Rook b2. King g1. Yeah, that's mate. Knight e3 and then rook e2. Bishop c5. cd, e2, and got the bishop. Okay, am I playing? Yeah, I'm playing white here. So how to get my pieces out? King c5, rook c8, king d4, rook d8, king e3, king b4. Not too great there, but if I play rook d3, rook c8, and then king b4, that's a draw. So I have to prevent rook c8 and king b4. How do I prevent that? If I go like rook on the third rank, then rook c8, king d5, king b4. That looks like a draw. That looks like a draw. So maybe king c5. No, that's not right. Okay, that was difficult. 91, 91, queen a3, queen f6. Looks good. Double attack and win the d4 pawn. Okay, where's checkmate? Rook d4 should be made, right? Rook d4, no. Oh, rook d3 maybe. Yeah, rook d4, queen d4, g3, king h5, queen g6, king g4. That is just a draw. Yeah, I was playing too carelessly, so need to play a little bit slower. Maybe rook here, threatening rook h2. Okay, mate. Okay, If I take with queen, then queen e5, king d7, queen d6. That's very bad for black. So I have to take a pawn and then put the king here. No, but king d7, bishop d5. Oh, I have rook e8. That's the main move. No, what's the problem there? Oh, that is strange. Queen d5 is not correct. Maybe bishop d5. No, I'm playing too many wrong moves. Queen f5 was more accurate. Okay, take. Or maybe knight b3. Knight b3 is better. Oh, okay, that's the wrong one too. So yeah, this time is very bad. So bishop e6 here is better, and then ef, and then rook f5 up 2 pawns should be technically winning. Next position, this one I don't know. Rook c2. Oh yeah, white has to get his king back to c3. So rook c2, king d3, and then king c3, king b2. That should be a win. Yeah, so I realized that the idea is not to allow king to b4, which could be a theoretical draw for black. So rook c2 was the only correct move there. Okay, this one is very instructive because I mean when you guys calculate, it's it's easier to find a move when you use the elimination method. Like if the rook move on the third rank, then black always has rook c8 and then king b4. So if king c5, then black still has rook c8, rook d8, and king b4. So pawn cannot move before king a4 is an immediate draw. So rook c1 is even lost, even losing. So it's only logical move there is rook c2. So yeah, that should be the way to find a good move. And then now rook d8, king c3, rook c8, king b2, and the king get back to a3, and white should win easily with the queen side pawn. Okay, this one I was too careless. So rook d4 is just a draw. Maybe bishop d1 or rook d3. Rook d3 seems accurate. Rook d3, queen e5, g3, queen king h5, and then bishop e1. Right? Yeah, one was not difficult. So ef is correct. Rook e1, and then just king f8, king g7. Yeah, I make king d7. I guess that was a mistake because why I don't know. King d7, I was thinking if bishop g5, I have rook a e8, and then that should be a win for black. But maybe king d7, there's something else that I missed. Maybe there is queen g4. I don't know. I cannot make the move here. So king d7. Okay, king f8 is still easier. I agree. Although white may still play some bishop f4, bishop e5, and black will have to sack the rook for that, like rook h5 to e5. But yeah, it's probably easier than what I planned. Okay, so this one I make 95 correct move, ed, and then I guess just bishop c5 first. I make queen d5. I guess that was not a good move because black can play king e8, bishop g5, and then I don't know, maybe queen d7. No, not really. So I don't know why queen d5 is not correct. Queen d5, king e8, bishop g5. What can black do there? Rook h3, maybe? Maybe rook h3. Huh. Yeah, I'm still not very convinced about why queen d5 is not a good move. Queen d5, king e8, bishop g5. What can black do there? I don't see a move. Rook h3 seems like the only move. And then bishop f4. And where's the knight going? Oh, maybe there's some g3 idea. G3. So queen d5, king e8, bishop g5, maybe g3. With the idea queen g4, queen g5. So that may be why. That may be the reason because without with the king on d7, there's no g3, and the knight is just trapped. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, this position I make queen f6, but that's a bad move because that just lose the knight. That was very careless of me. So queen f5 is the only move. Wait, actually queen d5 or knight b2. Knight b2, I thought about that move, but I didn't like because I think white could play queen b4 and then our knight is lost. So maybe queen d5. Well, queen f5 is the easier way, right? Bishop b3, queen d3. And black is not worse here. Probably a little bit better. And this one is also wrong. Why? So I make knight b3. And my idea is if queen c3, rook c3, rook d1, then knight d2 and knight d4, winning the exchange. But the problem is knight b3, white has queen c3, rook c3, and then king f2. Very important move. And my rook is pinned, so I cannot take on d4. Oh, I mean, I can, but I'm not winning anything. So instead of knight b3, I should take with the rook. And the point is now if rook b3, knight b3, queen c3, rook c3, and rook move d4, and black wins the knight. Okay, that was good. That was good. So yeah, the the puzzles are really difficult, and I don't think I don't know what is the best people have got here, but I'm gonna try to break that record. Probably it's gonna be very difficult. I saw a video of Magnus himself playing the Tactics Frenzy some time ago, and there was some that he also didn't get correctly. So it's not so simple. Okay, so I see some questions from you guys. Let me read them. So question from 1 second. Oops. 1 second. So question from yeah, I have another monitor here, so I can read from. Okay, so according to you, what differs between this and classical? What does what does make one great at this? Which qualities and skills are invaluable in classical that are irrelevant in this? So yeah, thank you, Sergey, for very interesting questions. So what differs between Bliss and classical? Obviously, in Bliss it's a lot about practice and being practical. One doesn't have to always choose the objectively best move, but just need to play faster than your opponent and better than your opponent and do not blunder anything too big. So you don't have to play really brilliant chess. You just have to make sure that you play better chess than your opponent. That's the main thing. In classical, normally I can speak for myself only, but I think most people would try to play the best chess they can be. They can play. So they try to think a lot to come up with interesting ideas and show their understanding here in classical positions, things like that. So in place, you don't really have time for just luxury. So you just have to be very practical in chess and practice a lot. So the thing is that in classical and in rapid, it's a lot about your understanding, and it keeps the game interesting because every time you play that, you feel like there's something new to learn from. But in Blitz, it's more like about being in a good shape on that day, uh, being sharper than your opponent, faster than your opponent. So um, it's really there's a factor of luck in there, but obviously the more you practice, the better or the more lucky you will become. So so some qualities and skills are invaluable in classical, like your ability to calculate very well, to feel the position, um, your 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 understanding, your deep understanding about the position. So they are normally very good in classical, but not as good in this. I wouldn't say they are irrelevant. They are just like less useful in this than classical. But I mean, generally, if you are a great player, you just have a very good instinct that can tell you which move is good to consider and which move is not worth your time. And then if you just follow your instinct, um, or some people call it intuition, then you normally play very good move and save a lot of time too. So it's all about practice and skills. So do you practice openings against computer? Yeah, I do. I do. So not not like playing one on one against computer, but it's more like I use engine to help me in my study of the opening. So like if I go for this opening, for example, I'm gonna check what engine says there in certain variations, especially very complicated variations. I'm gonna check what the engine say, and then I make some move recommended by the engine, and then I make some move that I think are good, and then I check them through that very carefully with the engine. And sometimes you catch your own misunderstanding of the position, or sometimes as you go deeper into certain lines, you realize that the engine is wrong. So that's it's possible that the engine is wrong too. Sometimes the engine, like at the beginning of the line, it doesn't fully comprehend that the line is too risky for one side, or it might miss like a very beautiful tactic at the end of the line. So it's very important to be through with all the analysis. What is your main source of inspiration when you do play chess? Do you consider that nature to be one of your inspirations? Very interesting and thoughtful question, Sergey. So my main source of inspiration is just that I enjoy the game of chess and I like fighting good moves. I like to I like the feeling of competing against the top players. So just the love of the game itself for me is a huge inspiration. And also like sometimes I when I want to get more motivation, I just watch some top level games and then feeling like okay, how easy can Magnus beat on the other top players, then it can also give me some inspiration too. Of course, I'm not saying that I can do it, but it does make me feel like I want to play like Magnus. So nature to be one of my inspirations. I don't know. It might be in some cases, but normally that's not what I do during the game. So yeah, I love beautiful landscape, beautiful nature. I just don't think about them too much during the game. Okay, Lucas asked about if I have a preferred way of studying openings besides purely memorization of the lines. Yeah, so my favorite way of studying opening, first of all, is just to start out by watching some top level games that can inspire you to play certain openings. Like if you want to play Night Dog, probably you should go watch some games by Gary Kasparov, Bobby Fischer, or maybe more recently Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. A lot of great players with Night Dog have played have used Night Dog as the main weapon, and then you try to maybe read some books, try to dig deeper into why certain concepts are important in that opening, and then yeah, I mean once you master the positional ideas, it becomes easier to remember the move. I understand if you start first just memorizing the move, it's difficult. But normally all those moves have some positional meaning behind them. And if you can understand that, it's it's pretty good because then you can, even if you don't remember the move, you can probably find them without much difficulty. So once you understand the positional subtleties of an opening, you find that that opening is so interesting. What made you realize you wanted to become a professional chess player? If you could travel in time and meet five famous historical figures, who would you like to meet up with and why? Okay, very interesting. So, what made me realize that I wanted to become a professional chess player? I think it's it's just that well, I guess for most of us professional chess players, it became quite natural. It's just one like you keep studying, you keep playing, you keep getting to better and better tournaments, and then you already ended up spending a huge amount of your time in playing in tournaments. And sometimes I don't even recall when I made the decision to become a professional chess player because it's just something very natural. And it's like once you have already spent 20 years with it, it's like it's part of your life and you cannot live without it. So your other question about traveling in time and meet five famous people, that's a very deep question. And I don't think I can name all five famous persons that I would like to meet right now. But I probably I probably would name um, Einstein. He's a great scientist who I really admire about his brilliancy. And I mean, although I don't know much about his work, I think it would be great if I could just meet up with him and learn about his inspiration. How did he discover so much for humanity, and how did he like train his thinking, his analysis skills to get to that level of understanding so far behind before our time. So okay, let's move on to some other questions. How would you call your chess style? My chess style, I would say, is kind of universal, so I can play many types of positions. complicated positional positions. So quiet positions. Normally, I'm comfortable with quiet position when I try to um, squeeze along like an advantage in the long end game. Or sometimes I'm also very comfortable in tactics, in communications, when I have to calculate a lot. So all these things, I think you have to be comfortable in a lot of those positions to become a better chess player. So being a universal player, I think is an asset. So one wouldn't do so well if he can only play good in certain positions. What do you prefer to play? Classic, rapid, or list? Thank you. Let me win. That's a very interesting question. So in general, I think I prefer classical and rapid time control than list because I feel like the quality of the game is higher. I'm able to play better chess and I learn something from every game, even if I lose. Uh, if I win the game, I mean, I always learn something in classical and rapid. But in Blitz, it's more like, I mean, it's more like instinct. So you don't really have that much to learn. Um, but of course, nowadays, with a lot of tournaments being organized online, I I don't think classical is a good time control for online games. So for online games, I think rapid and Blitz would be best. I would still prefer rapid, and I believe that's the main time control that we are using in the Champions Chess Tour, and I'm very happy with that time control. I think that's that is a good combination between Blitz and classical skills, which allow you time to show your understanding, your preparation, but also it's interesting enough for the spectators, for the fans, and also for the players when we get into time trouble. So it's about time management. It's more about time management in rapid than in classical. Which opening would you never play? Interesting. Um, well, let me think. I don't think there's an opening I have never tried. I mean, there are some openings I consider dubious, questionable, but in general nowadays, if you study any opening really well, you can pretty much equalize that because of the help of the engine. It's normally possible to equalize in any opening, almost any opening. I mean, unless you mention about some of the openings that have been refuted or some variations. I shouldn't say opening, but just some small variations that have been refuted, then yeah, then that's not so great. But but there are a few openings that I don't consider to be entirely correct. So, for example, let's say um, King's Indian. I mean, against B4. King's Indian is like a very interesting opening for sure, and a lot of great players have played. But I think from an opening's perspective, viewpoint, it's not it's not an entirely correct opening, and I think it's very risky for black, although it's not been refuted. So it's still kicking and sometimes bringing very nice wins for black. But I doubt I would ever make it my main weapon. I might play it from time to time, but I don't think I will never ever make it my main weapon. Okay, Lucas asked me what are your thoughts on the Fianchetto variation against the King's Indian and the Brunei. Yeah, very solid variation for white. I mean, if you want to play solid chess, there's nothing more solid than that for white, and it's very positional, very solid, very good system against these openings. Is the Queen's Indian still viable? It seems to have lost its popularity a bit. Any thoughts on that? Maybe certain lies that caused this decline? Well, not to my knowledge, no. I mean, it's still a playable opening and it's a strategically correct opening. So I don't think it's there's any problem with that. The thing is that nowadays people like to equalize by force. They don't want to allow white to even have a playable position. So top players they try to equalize, like get everything done by move 30, either to trade off into a draw endgame or like totally killing white's chance for playable position. So they try to play for something more forceful, um, maybe a little bit more complicated, but at the end of the night, it's kind of trading off everything and a lot of simplification. So yeah, but I mean at all levels, I think the Queen's Indian is still very playable and still very good opening. Could you show us an example opening for beginners and what advice could you have for newbie? Okay. Um, as a beginner, I think one would do well studying open, more open openings like E4, E5, the kind of Italian or Budapest opening. Just try or even 4 nights or 2 night variation. So try to play open positions where you will have a lot of tactics. Then you train your tactical skills. You can also play Sicilian. I mean, for both sides, those are pretty good openings. So I remember when I started playing chess, at age 10 until 12 or 14, I mainly play E4. And I mean, I enjoy playing E4 because it gives me very open position, a lot of tactics. And as a beginner, I think it's good to play E4. Do you prepare differently for certain opponents, like Magnus, compared to Duda? Yeah, I do prepare differently for certain opponents. So it's really depends on the style of my opponent. So I do review their games and then I try to make a decision on how best to move forward. So for example, yeah, I cannot say about the exact these two players, but let's just let me just give you an example. If against opponent A, I think that he's a more he's a sharp opponent, likes to play tactical positions. Then I may try to go for more quiet positions. So try to take him out of his comfort zone. Or if I play against a player B who is very solid in certain positions and he loves to play certain openings, maybe he has only one opening for his entire career, then I'll just try to do something offbeat a little bit and try to get him out of that opening. Maybe I don't need to get an advantage in the opening, but just try to get something playable early on. So it really depends on your opponent and what you know as well. Have you watched the Queen's Gambit? If yes, what's your opinion about the show? Very interesting segment. So yes, I did watch the Queen's Gambit, and I really like the show. I think it's really interesting in that it shows quite accurately, in general, the way the chess players play the game and improve. It actually, yeah, it came pretty fast for Beth Harmon, the main character, to improve so quickly. But I mean, it's not unheard of in the chess world, and it's like something. It's a very short version of what we do, right? But it helps people who don't play chess so much to have a view of what we do. So a lot of people I talk to, they think that chess is only a game of luck or talent, natural talent, and not practice. But it's actually not true because we all know that it takes a lot of time and commitment for a player to improve. So in that sense, the show, um, the movie, the series shows people that it's a serious commitment. It's a full-time job. It takes a lot of time and effort and even money to get to the top level. So, I mean, in that way, it really presents our beloved game in a very favorable light to people without knowledge about chess. And I think that that's a good thing that making our game more and more popular. What's your favorite game that you have played? Do you have any immortal game? Yeah, I have few favorite games that I enjoy playing in my career. So one of them is the game against um, Kobalia in the Aeroflot Open in 2011, and also there I play against Bakro, Grandmaster Bakro in Aeroflot too. So actually, I have put up a lot of these games on my website. It's liemchess.com. So if you guys are curious about what my best games are, you guys can go to my website, just liemchess.com, and you will see a lot of my games in there. Um, so yeah, have you ever played? Have you already played against Beth? Wow, interesting. I wish I could be able to play Beth, but I don't think we would be able to play. Do you believe chess should be added to the Olympic sports? Which time control would be most suitable according to you to make the event popular to a wider audience? Yes, I think it would be nice if chess is added to the Olympic sports because in a lot of countries, including my original country, Vietnam, if a sport is in the Olympics, it receives far greater support from the government and the general public. So so if chess is part of the Olympics, I mean, it will make the game a lot more popular in many countries, and chess people, chess players will receive better conditions, better support from the government, the sponsors, everyone. So I think from that standpoint, I will support chess be added to the Olympic. And for the time control, I think rapid would be my pick because again, it combines the seriousness of the classical and the more and it's still been more practical, more entertaining for the audience to watch. So rapid would be my pick. What are you gonna do after the show? Okay. I'm gonna study some more chess, I guess. Do you think that we will witness the inception of chess at the Olympics in the near future, maybe in 2024? I really do hope so. Although I think it's still a long way to go, and I know that people have been trying really hard for that goal for a long time, but we are not that close yet. So hopefully we'll see that in the near future. What are your thoughts on B3? One B3 seems to have grown in popularity, particularly in this. Yeah, actually, that's an interesting opening, and I have played many times in my Banter Blitz series here on Chess 24 too. So it's a playable opening system. It's more for Blitz and Rapid, I guess, but still people would sometimes try it in classical. It's a sound opening system. Okay, it doesn't really give white that much of an advantage, but it's also not worse for white. So as I said, almost any opening is playable nowadays. So if your opponent is not very comfortable in B3, I mean people still don't take B3 as a serious opening, and sometimes they don't pre- prepare that much. So if you play B3 and you take your opponent out of his comfort zone, then you probably doing fine with that. Especially if you study it yourself well. Do you contemplate writing a chess book in the future? Maybe, I don't know, not now, but now I'm trying to improve on my chess career, and I will be doing a course for Chessable next year. So you guys will see my course on Chessable sometime next year, and that will be my focus for now. So playing professional chess and some teaching, some doing some course. Not sure about the chess book yet, but that's an interesting idea for me to keep in mind for the future. The topic will be the topic of my chessable course. I have not decided yet, so there are some options I can talk about, but I don't want to commit immediately right now. So, but I guarantee you guys, if I any topic I choose will be like not only useful to me, but probably useful to other people too. And I share everything I know from my own experience. What do you do when you don't play chess? Um, so yeah, so my day is not filled with only chess. I do some other stuff too. Like I try to do some exercise, some reading on other topics that I have interest in, and of course I spend time with my family, my friends. So yeah, I don't want to be too upset with chess like Beth Hammond in the Queen's Gambit, but I also want to take it seriously to improve to the next level. Okay, so I'll try to go back with the tactics frenzy and try to solve some more puzzles in here, and then I'll come back to your question. So in the meantime, please follow my tactic frenzy and let me know how am I doing. So follow my puzzles, follow my thoughts. I try to speak out my thoughts for you guys, and then let me know if you think I'm too slow for this puzzle. Maybe I should try to do this better. 15 puzzles solved. That's too too bad for me. I need to do better. So let's play again. Let's try this. Okay, check. Okay. 24, rook c6 seems good, right? b7 and then b6. Queen c5. Oh, rook f8. Yeah, rook f8 and then queen g7. Now rook d8, bishop d4, queen b5, queen f1, de, bishop f4, de, bishop e5, bishop f4, and then b7. King here, take, queen back. If king h3, king e5, king g4, king d4, that may be losing for white. So white have to go for draw here. d6, d6, cd, c6, king e6, king g4, d5, king f4, king d6, king f5. Oh yeah, that's the way to make a draw. Nice. Checkmate. Where's mate? Queen c8, king f7, queen. Am I playing for draw here? Maybe knight g7, threatening queen g8. That's a nice move. And then queen g8. Knight h6, king h8, queen e5. Nice. Queen, knight f7. Checkmate. Okay, rook a6. Let's go for draw. Otherwise, it's losing here. Rook a6, king a6, queen d6, b6. That's not a draw. That's that's lost. But queen c7 seems like a draw. Okay, sure. Rook h5. No, I'm playing black here. So I'm playing black. The pawns are going that way. This is a4 going that way. So this is king on h2, pawn on g2. So how do I mate them? G4? Oh, what is this? Yeah, G4. G4. What am I doing here? G4. Bishop G4. No. No, wait. H5. No, I don't know. Maybe black was. Oh, rook H. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rook check. Whatever that is. Rook H1, king H1, king G3, and then rook E1. Checkmate. Okay, that's too bad. Let's go here. No, that's wrong. Terrible. Terrible. I'm playing absolutely terrible chess. Rook G2. King H8. What? Rook G6 was better. Yeah, I was just taking everything too casually. I could have played. I needed to concentrate more and not not taking it too lightly. Which pawn? CD or ED? CD, rook E8. Let's take it ED. Queen here. Knight here. Knight E2. Knight G3. Or Knight C1. Or rook D8. Rook D8 seems good. Okay, what is this? H4? H4 and rook C2. That's not correct? Okay, I have no idea. Knight E4. What is this? Knight E4, Knight E4. Okay, let's go Queen H3 and then take here. Take. Rook E8 should be made. Where's the mate? Queen f8, bishop f8, maybe. Let's go bishop f8. No. Why are they so difficult? Why are they so difficult? Where should my knight go? Seven, knight c8. Rook take, check. Rook g7, rook take, maybe. Take, knight c3, bishop e6. What am I doing here? Bishop b7, that's the move. Bishop b5, b7. What is the move here? Rook b5, that's the move. King here, f4, h5, king g4, put the pawn, h4, d5, take, take, back, back or up, back or up, back or up. Let's go up. Yeah, that's correct. Castle, take, bc, bc, bc or queen takes. bc is better. Take. No, cd, no, but rook takes also win. Why are you doing that to me? No, that's terrible. No, that is too difficult. Okay, okay. Let me try one more. I can do better than this 22 puzzle. I should do better than this 22. This is too bad for me. So yeah, I'm gonna try to explain what I see in each puzzle. So let's try again. So this rook a3, queen c3, rook a8 is checkmate, I guess. Sack, queen c3, rook a8, rook d8, queen b4, checkmate. Rook d8, then rook f1, checkmate. So I have to start with f1 by playing h4 and then rook f6. Knight g5 maybe. Knight g5 followed by rook h3. Problem is, yeah, knight f5 may be better. Knight f5 may be better. Using the pin on the queen and check here and check here. Mate. a7, a7, king g7. That is a draw. a7, king g7, king h5. That's a draw. White can win that. So what do I do here? Rook g8. Rook g8 is king h7 is still a draw. Wait, there's no win here. There's no win here. What is going on? a7, king g7. That's a draw. I don't understand. No, how do you play rook g4? You have to play king g7. That's a theoretical draw. White is not gonna get a win that. But here's a win for white. Why did I waste so much time on a bad move for that? That should have played king g7 or king h7, not rook g4. Okay, where do I go with my bishop? Bishop f8. Bishop f8, knight h6. Not so simple. Bishop f8, knight h6. Oh, bishop d7. Yeah, it's easy. Check, 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 and mate. Knight g4 or knight f3. Where should I go? So knight f3, king f2. Oh yeah, that's mate. Check, check, and mate. Knight d5. Queen b8. Queen b8 is more accurate. And then okay, and then check, and then check, mate. Okay, how do I win this? e5 is not working. So maybe rook f1, just attack the knight, and then take the bishop. Okay, good one. Bishop b4, bishop h3, mate. Rook a3, f4, breakthrough, check, and bishop f4. Queen here, threatening queen e8 and queen g7, and there is no defense. Okay, there's that defense, but white is winning the piece. f7, rook f8, and then some brilliant move. Which, no, not f7. What is, oh, bishop e4. Bishop e4 is a brilliant move. Bishop e4. Terrible. c7, rook g4 first. Rook g4 first is better. c7 and check. Okay. Knight somewhere. h5. Yeah, good job. Can I take the knight? Maybe you go queen a4. Let's go queen a4. No, why? No, that was terrible. Rook f2. Rook f2 is not really good. Rook f2, queen c7, king g8. Maybe rook e2. Maybe rook f2. And then rook e2. And the king can run. And here. And here. Okay. Good game. Rook c3. Queen d5. Yay. Queen f8. Wait. Yeah, queen f8 and then rook e2. Just don't plunder rook e2 because of bishop a3 checkmate. Where do I go with the rook? Here, here, here. Maybe here. Rook e1, d7, queen e4. No, d8 is then queen d4. White is winning. Rook e1, d7, rook b1, king a2. Maybe. Oh no, that's wrong. Queen g4 maybe. No. What is the move here? Queen g5. I don't see it. Queen g5. No, that's not correct. Too difficult. Too difficult. This is too difficult. Which knight should I take? This one, I guess. And then mate. Knight g7. Just take this. There are too many hanging pieces. Which piece should I take? A, B, queen b6. King h1. That's also good. No, okay. I ran out time. So let's review my mistake here. Yeah, bishop b4 here is winning. Queen e2 and f7 discover check and mate. This one I got wrong. So what was the good move here? Bishop e4 and then queen a4. Yeah, trapping the pass bishop. Yeah. Okay. This one, rook. What is the idea of this one? Rook e3. Oh no, not rook e3. Rook d7. Okay, and now if queen d7, queen f5. Black is going for potential check. So yeah, rook d7 is more accurate. I guess black is holding here. If not queen d7, then black can get king b8, king c8. Anytime the queen go to e7, black's queen will get out and try to get potential check. Okay, this one knight g5, knight g5, and just rook f4, rook a7. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this one, no big tactic here. It's just that after this, knight e6, big threat, and black doesn't really have a defense. Yeah, okay. So I'll continue with the questions. If you had to recommend three lines for black within the Queen's Gambit decline, main line with Bishop d5, which one would you recommend? Maybe one solid, one flexible, and one line to play for a win. Okay. The thing is, with the Queen's Gambit decline, usually black is putting safety first. It is he's trying to play more solid and equalize positionally without allowing too many complications. So I don't think I can recommend one play for win. But in general, this bishop d5 we can go for this um, last to take over variation with knight e4. That's considered to be the most solid. And then you can also keep things a little more complicated with knight b7 or b6. So you keep more pieces on the board. Theoretically, that gives you more chances to play for win. But I mean, normally as black, you would need some serious help from your opponent to win that. But yeah, I think both are very playable systems. Knight b7 or knight e4. Do you believe psychology plays a key role during a chess game? Does psychology is psychology more important factor nowadays, or do you believe only in good moves, as stated by book Fisher? Yeah, so I do think that psychology is a very important factor, not only good moves, because psychology can like affect your ability to find a good move. So it's yeah, it's a lot of psychological stuff nowadays that people have to think about when you approach a game. Like what can you do to help to make you in a good mood, in the best um, shape for the tournament or the game, and then if that opponent is one of your most um, difficult opponents, then what can you do about that? So yeah, all these things are very important, especially if you are a serious chess player. So it is important, and I don't have an answer for everyone because it's not a one size fits all approach, and you have to figure out what works for you and what doesn't. Apart from chess, what are your main passions? Any recommendation for readings by famous Vietnamese writers and philosophers? Um, Very interesting questions again from Sergey. So one of my also big passion is about business and finance, and that's what I study in university. My major is in finance, and I like investments in general. So I have been trying to read a lot of books um, about that, investments, startups. business, real estate, all those stuff. Um, yeah, as long as far as Vietnamese writers and philosophers, I don't have a favorite one. Um, I I do read some, but I don't think you can understand them if you're not Vietnamese. So um, Kieran, as a beginner, I get a bit confused when someone doesn't play E4 or D4. Any advice? So yeah, I mean E4 and D4 are more direct way to open the game, but there are different options too, like knight F3 or C4. And I think you just have to get yourself familiar with all of these moves. So you can start by watching some top level games, like how the grandmasters play against C4, for example. So you can check out the games by um, Magnus, uh, Anish, Wesley, or any of these top players. How do they play against other moves than E4 and B4? But in general, it's just that even when you don't know what to do, so my advice is more general when you play against some openings you never seen before. So whenever you get surprised by your opponent in the opening, don't panic. Just keep calm, follow the principles of chess. So you know what the principles are, right? Develop your pieces, guard your king, um, control the center, play for initiative, play for space. So things like that, very very basic principles. So if you don't know what to do, just follow these basic principles and try to find the most logical move in this situation. And that's how you improve. So even if you're surprised, it doesn't mean that your opponent is better than you. Maybe they make a mistake. Maybe they went wrong in the opening. So don't panic. I mean, just be confident in yourself. Follow the most basic principles of chess and of your understanding. And then, I mean, just remember every game is so rich. Every game of chess is so rich. There are so many ideas. One cannot really um, say that they have seen everything. So there's so much space for own creativity, own your brilliant ideas you can try. And if it's worse, if you lose again, it doesn't mean that's the end of the world. You can learn from it and improve the next time. That's how chess is played. So I think it's just the way it is. If you have something that you never seen before, just try to find logical move, learn from it, and you do better the next time. So okay, I see Radok Koran say cheer for you against Firoza. Very nice game. Hope to see more of you in the future. Thank you so much. That was one of my proud games in the Skilling Open, and it's the last round win, so it leave me. I mean, it is a nice finish to the tournament, and I'm happy about that game. We both make some mistakes, but in general, I converted the position from nothing, no advantage from the beginning, but I slowly outplayed him. So that was one of my good games there. And uh, just to mention with you guys that Chess 24 now opens a voting contest for premium members to vote back in one of the eight players who did not qualify for the knockout stage. So if you guys like my games and you want to see me back at the next tournament, which will be December 26th to January 3rd, you can go to Chess24, go to the voting contest, and vote for me. So pick my name in there, and hopefully that will be enough for me to get an invitation from Chess24 to come back on the next tournament. And if that happens, I would highly appreciate your support, and I promise I'll try to do better the next time. So please do not forget to go to the voting contest on Chess24 if you are a premium member. If you're not, Chess24 always has awesome deals on their website, and you can sign up to be a premium member, and then you can vote for your favorite player to play in the next event. I think that's gonna be a great tournament. Sergey asked me another question about how were you perceived by other students at Western University as a chess player? Do people really consider chess players as true sportsmen, or are they casting some doubt about chess players being genuine sportsmen? Um, yeah, the thing is usually in American universities they they don't um, pay much attention to chess. So maybe if I play basketball, if I play the NBA or American football, I might get more attention. But Webster University is also a smaller university, and chess is not one of those very popular sports in the US. Although it is getting more and more attention, especially here in San Luis where I live. But I mean, people normally um, do not consider chess as a true sportsman, I would say. But we all know that chess require a lot of commitment, not only mentally but also physically to be able to maintain your shape for the game. So yeah, I'm hoping to see chess becoming more popular in Vietnam and also here in the US. So that's where I live now, and I'm very happy to see more and more tournaments here every year organized by the Sandwich Chess Club, which is doing a great job. Okay, so Goof say that your move Rook takes e3 against Hikaru Nakamura was just fantastic. Thank you, thank you. At which point in the game did you see this move? So I saw it just before I played Rook takes b5. So when I calculated Rook takes b5, I saw knight takes b5, queen takes b2, bishop d5, bishop d5, knight c7, Rook takes e3. And I thought that, well, I saw that black is winning there, but I didn't dream of him making that blunder. I thought it was kind of a basic um, tactic, and I didn't think that he would miss it. Uh, I was I was happy to take queen b2 because I thought black was no longer worse. Like a few moves ago, if he had played rook a b1 instead of rook a c1, I would have been in a much worse situation. But after rook takes b5, I think I have very decent card play. But I didn't dream of winning that game. Also at that time I was much lower on time and just trying to play quick move, and maybe he underestimated my position because he was much better, and then also had much more time. So he didn't use his time very wisely to. Uh, I'm sure if he just takes like 5 or 10 seconds there, he would see that traffic, and he couldn't fall for it. But it was tricky because normally when your opponent is low on time, you try to play fast too. So I was low on time there, and he was trying to play fast to make me not really to flag me, but to put more pressure on me. And that is a very double-edged strategy because sometimes you just blunder yourself. And I consider that that was what happened in that game, and also in my game against Grandmaster Nipponianchi. I was also in a losing position, and he had like 5 minutes, but he also make a very quick move and allow me to draw this quick endgame. So yeah, so those were my lucky moments in the tournament. So I see an earlier question from Lucas. Speaking of speaking for a player of 2200, 2300 strength, would you recommend expanding one's repertoire not only from my current 1d4 to 1c4 and 1e4 and 1 f3, but also adding several lines within d4? Currently using a modified version of output books. Yeah, if you're talking about Grandmaster output books on d4, like the Catalan books and all those series, I think he did like 3 volumes. So I think that is a very good book, and you can learn a lot from them. But also you need to keep updated your series, um, your knowledge, because some of his recommendations were no longer accurate. And I should say people discover new stuff to either equalize or refute his recommendation. So I mean, you need to regularly check the series. And just don't. It's a good book, but you shouldn't completely trust on the recommendation. You should check it yourself and use it as a good starting point for your study. And then your question about expanding your repertoire from D4 to C4, E4, or F3, I would say maybe if you're confident that you have already mastered D4. But if not, if you just starting with D4, then I think it's better to concentrate on that and learn and master D4 first. And then at a time when you feel that you have already known all of the good stuff in D4, then maybe you can move on and adding um, adding several lines within D4. Like if you play Catalan, you have studied all the variations in Catalan. Maybe then you can play like the quiz gambit decline, right? Like knight three, knight c3, knight c3, and then there are so many things to learn from d4. I mean, once you master all of them, then I could say moving to e4 is the next step. But within d4, there are so many options there that is more similar to d4. So moving from d4 to e4 is a big step, and it changes a lot. But moving from certain variations to another variation in d4 is not such big of a change, and you can build on your knowledge. And I think that's a better way to expand your knowledge first. So yeah, I think that's all the questions I have from you guys. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to chat on the Chess24 website. Otherwise, I'm gonna do one more um, puzzle on tactics frenzy, and then yeah, this one I'm gonna try lower my speed and try to explain more my thoughts. So let's go play again. Okay, I am black here. So A2. So I am thinking about A2 using the pin. So white cannot take on A2. So white will have to take white will have to take on C6, and then I have queen B2. Oh, queen B2. No, that was terrible. It's queen B2 and then okay. Now knight E7, king H8, and then maybe knight E5, knight E7. So if I go like knight E7, oh wait, that was horrible. What did I do there? What did I do there? Rook A8, maybe rook A8 and then rook C8. I don't know. That was terrible. So I am playing white now. Should I take the pawn? Wait, I am playing black or white? I'm playing black. So do I just go C3, C2, and C2, and C1? Yeah, bishop here, maybe. So using the fact that, yeah, bishop E6 is really good move. Using the fact that black cannot take on H4 because of rook F8 checkmate. And now win the rook. So rook F4 loses to queen takes A8. So I have to go rook E8, defend the rook. So check, 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 and mate. Check here, right? Check here, and then discover check and take the bishop. Bishop E4 should win a piece. Queen H1, King E2, that should win the queen. Queen E1, and then D1. Take the knight, and then take the knight. Go back. Go back. Okay, where is the checkmate? Rook G1. Maybe Rook G1. Rook G1, finish 3. Rook G1, finish 3. And where's the mate? I don't see the mate. Show me the mate. Show me the mate. Where's the mate? Rook G1. Oh, Queen E6. Oh my god, this move is nice. If DE, Bishop A3, and that's the mate. So G6 is the only move. And now maybe Queen F6. Bishop A3. Bishop A3, King G7. What? I'm already low on 10? How is that possible? Check here. Okay. Queen E5 and GH. Rook C7 maybe? No, it's not the move. What is the move here? Rook H8 or G8. Rook H8. And then Rook C8. And mate. That's a nice one. Here? No, that's not good. Check. Queen d8, queen d2. No, that's not the move. That's not the move. e3. Take, take. Well, I can take both ways. Check, 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 and mate. Knight b7, trapping the rook. Queen d7 or c8. d7. Queen d7 and h5. Rook h3. And then rook d3. Knight take. Bishop g5 maybe. Or queen g7. Bishop g5 seems good. And then bishop x6. Okay. Knight back here. Looks like I should trade that. Oh, no, no, sorry. Rook c1. Rook c2. Queen d5. So I need to get this c4 pawn check. Knight d4, knight d5, and that should be a draw. Check. Check here. Trade off the queens, and that should be. Oh, queen takes d5. No, that was terrible. That was terrible. Knight e7 or queen c4. Knight e7 seems good, and then win the queen. Take back here, and then what? Terrible. How am I playing so terrible chess? Okay. Queen d7, rook c4, check, and king f8. Fe, no? Fe, and then take a pawn. Take. Oh no, rook h8. Rook h8. That's bad. So let's review my mistakes. What is this? This one I got correctly. A2 and then queen b2 instead of queen e2. So just put the queen on the dark square so there's no discover attack. And then a1 promoting. Wait, why not a1? a1 queen c8. That's strange. a1 is the same thing with queen a5. That's the same thing. So knight e5, yeah, knight e5 is better, threatening knight e7 and knight x7. And then white to win the exchange. Yeah, this one is not too difficult, but I just forgot about knight e5 first instead of knight e7. So where's the mate? Oh, king g2, yeah, threatening h4. Oh yeah, that's not too difficult. And then h4 and king d8, threatening king g5, and then with f4 here mate. Yeah, so king g2, easy move to miss. Yeah, this one I realized as soon as I play ed, but I needed to play queen d5 here. And the idea is ed, win back the queen, and white is up a piece. Yeah, so nice win, nice win. This one, queen f5 is much better than queen f7. And then queen h7 now, and rook e7 threatening g7 mate. And white is winning here. And the last one, this one I make the wrong move. So I make bc, but Actually, after BC, rook h8 check, knight h8 gh, king h8 queen g7 is checkmate. So I had to take knight f6, and white has no threat here. I can just go back and then I defend everything. Yeah, it makes some more move, but I don't think it's that important. Well, actually it is because white is threatening h7. So black has to play queen d4, attack the rook, and getting space for the king to run. And wow, what a position. It still doesn't stop there. Wow, what is this position? So 3 pieces against the queen, equal position there. So 3 queens on the board. It's pretty amazing. Actually, it is better for black, I think. So surprising, but seems like black is better here because bishop b7 is coming and black's pieces are coordinating with each other very well. So yeah, great. Yeah, these puzzles are so difficult, and I think I need more practice to do better next time. So thank you everyone, and I see one last question from us, your mom. Massive respect to you for your gameplay. I have a question. When you see someone playing good classical chess, is that something reflective of their personality? Probably, yeah. So the way one play chess, you can probably have a good feel of their personality. If one is a very reliable, responsible person, then they come to the game on time. They play. They respect the pieces. They respect the opponents. They play chess professionally, and I mean that's probably a good person with good personality. So yeah, I mean in classical chess you feel that a lot more than in rapid chess. So yeah, again, thank you everyone for watching my stream today, and please go to Chess24 to vote for the next player to come back to the next tournament of the Champions Chess Tour. I would highly appreciate if you guys vote for me. And to those of you who are in the United States, happy Thanksgiving to all of you. I'm also here, so it's also my Thanksgiving. So it's been a pleasure to do my stream here today, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Goodbye, everyone.
And queen takes f3. Oh, what is going on? Oh, this is going to be a fortress. I just don't see any hopes at all. This is very easy. Just rook back and forth.
Taking chess to the next level.
Wow. Wow.
Wow, yeah. Nothing else to say. Wow.
Creating the future of the sport. Introducing the Champions Chess Tour. 10 months, 10 tournaments. The world's best players online and on TV.